Hey Jeep fam, welcome back to Off-Road On Point, where we dive into all things Jeep. I decided to make this video after my husband started to experience a loss of power and a slide in his gas mileage on his 21 Jeep Gladiator. We spoke with some fellow Jeepers and our mechanic, and we discovered that what we likely needed to do was regear his Jeep. So I did some research and I decided to share what I've learned with you guys about what we went through with our regearing. So what is regearing? Why might you need it? And is it worth the investment? Let's find out. Regearing is essentially changing the ratio of the gears in your Jeep's axles. These gears connect to the drive shaft and help to determine how much power is delivered to your wheels and how fast your engine spins in relation to your tires. Now, if you're running stock tires and doing light off-roading, the factory gear ratio is usually fine. But if you've upgraded to larger tires like my husband, or if you are towing heavy loads, you might notice that your Jeep feels sluggish, the engine struggles to keep up, or your gas mileage has plummeted, like I mentioned earlier. This is where regearing can come into play. There are a few big reasons, and it all comes down to performance. Let's start with the most common reason: bigger tires. When you put bigger tires on your Jeep, it affects the way your engine delivers power. You might lose acceleration, fuel economy, and you'll notice that you struggle going up hills. Larger tires make your engine work harder. By regearing, it helps you restore that lost power by adjusting the gear ratio to better handle the new tire size. Also, running the wrong gear ratio with larger tires means your engine works harder, which can also hurt your gas mileage. Now, let's talk about the pros of regearing your Jeep. One of the biggest advantages is improved performance, but let's talk about how. It restores acceleration. With the right gear ratio, you'll get your Jeep's pep back, whether you're climbing up a steep hill or trail or just merging onto the highway. It improves fuel economy because a proper gear ratio reduces engine strain, meaning better gas mileage, especially with oversized tires, and better towing performance. If you are towing, regearing gives you more control and it helps prevent your engine from overworking. Better off-road control is another perk you can look to. Lower gear ratios provide more torque, which helps with low-speed crawling, steep climbs, and navigating rough terrain. Now for the cons. As much as we loved the benefits of regearing my husband's Gladiator, there were a few downsides that I wanted to cover. First is the cost. Regearing can get expensive. You'll need to regear both the front and the back axles, and it's not a DIY job for most people. We spent just under $4,000 to get his Gladiator regeared. It's also a complex process that should be done by a professional. Mistakes can lead to problems with your drive shaft. And honestly, my husband and I love having a mechanic that we can go to with all of our questions or any issues that arise. After regearing, there is a break-in period of 500 miles where you need to drive gently and get your differential fluid changed after that 500-mile period. Now, for my husband and I, that meant no off-roading and no trail riding for that time. So that for us was one of the biggest drawbacks. Here are some important tips when considering a regear for your Jeep. Don't just go with any ratio. A common option for 35-inch tires is a 456, while 37s may require a 488 or even a 513, depending on how you use your Jeep. Each Jeep is as different as their use. Talk to a mechanic or a gear expert to find the best ratio for your driving style, whether it is daily driving, off-roading, or towing. As I mentioned, we have a mechanic that we use locally who specializes in Jeeps. Do some research and find the best expert in your area. If you're regearing, it might be the perfect time to install stronger axle shafts or locking differentials if you plan to do some serious off-roading. After the regear, take your Jeep on a variety of terrains to see how it handles. You'll likely notice improved throttle response, smoother climbs, and better fuel economy. We personally noticed that the Gladiator wasn't working so hard, and that led to better performance and improved gas mileage. Follow the break-in guidelines. Don't skip this step. If you push your truck too hard too soon, you could melt the gears. This guideline ensures that your gears last and perform well over time. It's an investment, don't waste it. So, is regearing your Jeep worth it? Absolutely. For us, it was. And it will be for you if you have upgraded to larger tires, if you tow frequently, or if you just want to improve your Jeep's performance. It might be a big investment, but the long-term benefits are hard to beat. Let us know in the comments if you're considering a regear for your Jeep, or if there's a topic you would like to see in our next video. Well, Jeepers, that is it for today. Thanks for tuning in to Off-Road On Point. You can now follow us on Facebook for pictures and sneak peeks of upcoming videos. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's it for today. Until next time, guys. Bye.